I remember at one point thinking like, right here was sitting two 25-year-olds with like tattoos all up their arms. And then right beside them, there was like a girl gang of 65-year-old women, and they were all getting along at the same table. And I was like, this is what it is. I got the idea for a beer bar in Kitchener through my father. He loved the idea of Cheers, a place where everybody knows your name, and you come in, it's conversational, and it was always something that the two of us connected about too, right? Like food and drink was our thing. Dinners were our thing, people, conversations. So I liked the idea of being at the end of the bar, walking up, talking to a bartender, looking at this potentially intimidating wall, and learning a little bit about beer, trying some stuff. My dad's first bout of cancer cleared up, but then his initial business, because of his cancer, it failed because he was just so sick, and so he was looking for something to do, so it was kind of a good timing. I want to say maybe 1.5 to 2 years later, we opened in December of 2016. I can just remember sweating. I remember barely anything except for like, it's really loud in here. And oh my God, people are drinking and I've taken their money. Like, is this really happening? We had a really strong team, really strong vibes. We had really positive dreams and aspirations for what we can do with this. Yeah, we felt good. I mean, you could never have predicted what had happened. And then we did kind of like a trip with Dad in February to Miami. And there were talks of COVID. We were like, oh, sweet, a flu, rough, like this is random. When COVID really hit and we had to shut our doors like March 16th, I was so tired and emotionally exhausted. And so we took this break, but I thought to myself, oh man, 2 weeks off is gonna be sick. I actually thought that this was gonna, blow over, and was like, I could really use some rest. And then I was wrong. March 16th, we closed our doors and pivoted to takeout, which is not something, that's not who we are. We're a place for conversation, for social connection, for community, to experience people face to face. I remember moments of just wishing that we could just close for like 3 months. If you just mandated it for everyone, I wouldn't put this personal pressure on myself and this pressure that I felt to deliver to the community. Dougie Ford wasn't that generous in giving us the time and advanced plan. When we weren't given more than 4 days, there's this public demand that we might have put on ourselves, but there's just, this demand that you feel, or this void that you have to fill for everyone, and we can't afford to slip up. We can't afford to have any negative Google reviews. We can't afford to have anyone get sick. We can't afford any of that, Like it's, our reputation is everything when you're a small business. But yeah, there were moments where I just for sure wanted to quit. Yeah, when Dad passed, I wanted to quit. We found out he had cancer again, colon cancer, but it had metastasized to his brain. It had just declined rapidly. Like, I look at his checkbook, and it's so funny to say checkbook because he was so old school. He liked to write all the checks, but you could see his handwriting decline, I had to manage his demise, Arabella's demise. It was tough. It was tough, and then luckily, we pivoted to takeout, had a really strong team here that I could rely on to just take some time. And then he passed April 30th. So, it's right in the thick of it. Then it was tough to come back in here, It was tough, sorry. It reminds me of him every day. So, it wasn't just my loss. It was the community's loss, but it was the staff's loss as well. He was pretty integral to the crew. They had grown to love him, and he was at every staff party and drank us under the table. The great thing about Dad is that, like, he's not a quitter. He'd be sad if I gave up, you know? It's his legacy. So, staff held it down. I pulled my shit together, and I tackled the challenge at hand. I employ all these special people who also just make this place what it is. I think they loved working here, and I think they loved working for Bobby. They respect him and us and what we've built and what this place represents too much to, you know, give up as well. So it's like they dialed it up to 210%. I think they kept me going. I can't imagine a world where I can, like, hug somebody again, where we can, like, pack this place, have some loud music, scream your beer order. I feel like I'm just gonna French kiss everybody who walks through the door. We've adapted in so many ways to accommodate whatever the new normal is, and we've kind of veered away from who we used to be, and that's okay. I mean, you gotta adapt, but I would like to get back to that just, like, simple behavior of coming in, not necessarily knowing what's on the menu, not knowing what's on tap, and just, like, enjoying the experience, being guided by the bartenders, you know, what food pairs with this, would I like this? It'd be nice to be able to have those conversations again and try some beers and just go back to simple life.